Okay, it's Dennis at KingMakerForex.com, also which is orangequant.com and whattolearn.com, so don't be put off by a name. I'm introducing something really fantastic. It's called Forecaster, KingMaker Forecaster. Now you can't get this right now because, as you know, before I put out an algorithm that's for sale, an indicator, I not only backtest, I forward test. So this coming week, right now is the Saturday, the 25th of April, 2015, and I will be forward testing it this coming week. I've already done the back testing and it works beautiful. You would not believe, and you know I'm not a bombastic type of guy. I tell you what's what, and you can look at all the stuff I ever put out. But this is the best and simplest I've ever done, and it's beautiful. It is gorgeous. You're going to love it. It is simple. It is easy. But I just thought, let me give folks a little preview of what's coming, because I know it's going to work. I'm going to run it this coming week, and I'll be posting my results on the website at KingMakerForex.com. Now, do not tune out. Stay here. At least watch this little video. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee. Now, first off, this simple little indicator, KingMaker Forecaster, is designed as a standalone indicator for the Thinkorswim platform, which you get free on TD Ameritrade. You can open a demo account there for free. Not a problem. And I give you full instructions for how to load the indicator onto the platform. It's really simple. I make it very easy. But don't go away, because I explain what's in the indicator, so that if you're using some other platform and you have somebody, or you know how to write code for that platform, you can code it for that platform too. Alright, before I go on with this and show you the charts, I want to tell you the story behind the indicator. And you know me, you know I don't lie. Okay, you can look at the website, you see how I listed everything I did, and I provided proof and all of that. Okay, here's what happened. Like I say, today is Saturday the 25th of April. I have spent the last week just reviewing something I did the week before that. I had developed another package. It was called KingMaker Lite that I was going to offer, okay, for sale. It was really cheap, and I was going to offer it, and I said, well, you know, I always backtest, but I always forward test too. So during that week, not this past week, but the one before, I traded all 6 days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and what do you think happened? I made money, okay? My rate of compounding was 7% per day. And many of you may not appreciate that because you're not used to dealing in compounding numbers, but I'll show you in a bit what that means. However, at the end of that week, on the Friday, I was in a state of near collapse. I was just exhausted. Using that package was great, okay, but I had to be careful. There was a lot of stuff I had to watch. And at the end of the week, I said, wait a minute, there's got to be a better way. So I started reviewing it this past week to see a better, simpler way to do things. 7% daily compounding. That's an incredible rate. So during this past week, as I was reviewing all of it and trying to develop a simpler method, I realized all of a sudden, hey, I can hit 10%. Let me write an algorithm that'll do that for me. And that's what KingMaker Forecaster is all about. Now, as you can see here, it'll work on stocks, Forex, and the E-mini. In this video, however, we're just going to work on Forex. We're going to work on the euro-dollar pair. That was another thing I figured out. What people want is not only something simple, but most of you trade the euro dollar pair. So I made this chart for the euro dollar pair just to show you. I trade the New Zealand dollar US dollar pair, or what's called the Kiwi. And sometimes I'll trade the euro dollar. But anyway, what I'll show you is euro dollar stuff, but it doesn't matter what pair you're using. Okay, we're going to be using an hourly chart. Does it work on daily? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now, as I said, my new compounding target is 10% per day. Now, if you're trading the euro dollar pair, that's 32 pips per day. If each of your trades is 70% of your maximum allowed trade. And on the Kiwi, that's 22 pips. The difference here is a little complicated to explain, but you don't gain any particular advantage trading one or the other, okay? So it really kind of doesn't matter. And I tell you this stuff because in using KingMaker Forecaster, you need a target. You need to say, okay, how much money do I need to make today? Okay, and if you're in the euro dollar pair, 32 pips gain per day, that's plenty. In the Kiwi, 22 pips a day, that's plenty. Although you will see opportunities to make more, and if that's what you want to do, you can do that. You'll see how this works. Now, the boilerplate, very necessary warning and disclaimer. All trading involves risk. Currency and derivative trading involves higher than usual risk. Never trade more than you're comfortable losing. This is for education and entertainment only and is not an inducement to engage in trading of any kind. I am presenting this material, but I shall not be held liable for your losses or failure to profit. You use anything that's presented here at your own risk. Okay. And I don't mean to treat that lightly. Okay. You need to understand, if you're new to Forex trading especially, or E-mini trading especially, you can lose a lot really fast. Okay, here we go. This is the euro dollar pair right here. And down here is KingMaker Forecaster indicator, KingMaker Forecaster. Now this is back testing. Okay, I said this coming week I'm going to do forward testing, live testing, and then I'll make it available when I'm satisfied, and I'm sure I'm going to be satisfied. And this little package will have one indicator in it. It's really just one indicator, but it's got like 3 versions of it. Okay, and one is arrows, so you can see when these crosses are here better. And one develops an average of what's going on here. You can run all 3 of them at the same time, but that's basically what it is. And it's going to cost right around 50 bucks, which is a far cry from the 500 bucks for the other package that's on my site, okay? But that's for geeks, okay? And I figured out, finally, through my thick head, that people don't want that geeky stuff. It's too much for them. They need something simple, like an old Chevy pickup. You stick the key in, and the darn thing runs. That's all you want. So, okay, what are we doing here? Okay, take a look at this. You see down here in Forecaster, when this blue line crosses above the red line, it indicates that you're going to move up. The price is going to move up. If the red line comes above the blue line, it indicates that price is going to go down. That's how simple this is. I told you it was simple. And this is an hourly chart. You can see the period that I was back testing in here. Okay. And these heavy black lines here, those are 50 pip increments right there. Okay, that's why I put them there, so you can see it more clearly. And these little numbers here, that's the number of pips you would make on that trade, okay? So what did we do? I'm going to use my selector switch here to show you what we did. And I don't know if that selector is going to show up. but you see right here on the left hand side of that selector, the left hand side of that lavender colored box up there, we got in at the open of that and we went long. And why did we do that? Because if you look down here at the KingMaker Forecaster indicator, that's where the blue came up over the red. Okay, so we said, okay, we'll go long here. That resulted in a maximum of 94 pips. But remember, if you're just compounding 10% per day, you only needed, on this pair, using 70% of your maximum trade, you only needed 32 pips, but you could have got 94. Now if you stayed in the whole time that this blue was above the red, and you waited until it got down to the red or crossed below it, you would have got burned by about 25 pips of that. There is a workaround for that, okay, and here's the workaround. In fact, come to think of it, I'm sorry, I can't show you the workaround on this particular trade. The workaround is actually if the next candle, see this red candle here, if it breaks down below the low, assuming you're long, if it breaks below the low of the previous candle, then you get out, okay? Or, since we're talking compounding, and you've made, at that point, 94 pips. You know, I would have got out of this at 50 pips. I would have. Forget about making the extra. You made your money. Get out and wait and see what happens, okay? But that's a downside that I have to point out to you, is that the last candle before these the indicators in KingMaker Forecaster cross again, that last candle can cost you some pips. In fact, you can actually lose instead of gain here. Okay? So you just got to watch out. You take a reasonable amount and then you get out. Don't be greedy. Now the next one was a short trade, as you can see, because down here, this is where red crossed over the blue, okay, and you would have come in and you'd made 47 pips, and I'm sorry, red crossed over blue right over here, and that would have yielded you 47 pips, and then on the next candle, this blue candle, it's about to burn you. It starts going up. So what you would do, for one thing, it goes above the high of the previous candle, and you know that now you really need to be out. You should have got out way back when. Preserve your profits. Preservation of profits. You made the money, and you're really only concerned with compounding to the extent in this pair of 32 pips, right? So, okay, you made your 47, maybe you're waiting and you lost, let's say 15 of those pips. That still leaves you with 32 pips. This system is so easy. All right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, on the next one we had blue come up above, okay. Actually, we could have got out and simply reversed, all right? But anyway, we waited for the next one where blue was nice and solidly above, and we took the ride for 87 pips, okay? At that point, you just want to take the money and run, because actually I have an algorithm that tells me the average and maximum sizes of hourly candles on any pair I want to look at. And if you want, I'll give you that algorithm. But at that point, I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, what should I be doing? I would have again probably just taken 50 or 60 pips and walked away. Yeah, I wouldn't stick around because you just don't know. I would wait and see. Does that hold? Does that blue above red, does that hold? And then maybe I would have got back in. Okay, let's slide over a little bit. You've seen the very good and the really good. Now let's look at something that's not so good, okay? Here's where you could lose some pippage, right in here, okay? The market kind of went flat, and you know, you made a couple of pips. You were staying in because that blue was above the red, and then all of a sudden it started to tank on you, and you would have got out just about flat. You might have lost 1 or 2 pips, but I call it 0. Okay, now we come over here, and this is not bad. You made 22 pips on this one. You see where the red came up over it? You went short on that. You made 22 pips on that. You know, like I say, that ain't bad, but you know, it's not spectacular either. Okay, so that is how this works. It's real simple. Okay, and here you can see the actual scale over here. As you can tell, it's 50 pips between those heavy black lines. Okay? Now, a final note on this. On the website, there will be this page that you've been looking at, this chart, and another one with the indicator running below it, but it's not marked up like this one. You can download both of those and use your draw program to analyze, and you'll see that I'm right about this stuff. Okay? Most people at least have MS Paint on their system, and that works really well for analysis. Okay? So altogether here in this period, we saw 22 pips on that trade, and I haven't analyzed all of these. I mean, you know, you can look, you can see that we could have been trading any number of times in here. Okay? I just picked some random spots. We made 22 on that one, 94, 47, 87. What is that? That's about 150, 180. 0 on that, 100, about 200 pips on 1, 2, 3, 5 trades. We made about 40 pips a trade. That isn't bad. Okay? Alright, there was one last thing I need to show you. Oh yeah, it was compounding. I said I was going to show you what compounding looks like. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we go. This is in a spreadsheet. If you started, you had 200 bucks, okay, and you compounded 7%. You can see up here, it's that time 1.07. The first trade, you'd have $214, and so on and so forth. Let's go down and see what happens after a month. That would be like 22 days of trading. Oh, and I put this over here. This is like if you had $1,000 in your account, and you started from there on 7% daily compounding. Okay, let's go down to 22 days, which is the 23rd iteration of this. Starting with 200, you'd have 886. Starting with 1,000, you'd have 4,430. Let's go out and look at a couple of months. That would be like 45, number 45. Starting with $200, you'd have almost $4 grand here. Okay, starting with 1,000, you'd have more like almost 20 grand. Okay, that's 7% compounding. I'm not even showing you what 10% compounding looks like. Okay, but there you have it. Okay, so stay tuned, and this coming week, like I say, today is Saturday the 25th of April, so starting on Sunday the 26th of April, for that week, I'm going to be posting my daily compounding results, except for one day this week. There will be a 24-hour period. I'm trying to see what that's going to be. The 23rd. Okay, so from Wednesday evening through Thursday evening, I won't be posting. Excuse me, I got that all mixed up. Okay, from Tuesday evening the 28th through Wednesday evening the 29th, roughly from about 9 o'clock Eastern time until 9 o'clock Eastern time in the evening, both days. For that 24-hour period, I won't be broadcasting, I won't be posting anything or trading, because for me that's a special day. It's a holy day for me, holiest day of the year. I'm a Baha'i, and so that's the 9th day of Rizwan, or the 9th day of paradise. It's very special to us. So, other than that though, I'll be posting results on a regular basis all week, okay? So, stay tuned and stop by KingMakerForex.com. You'll see exactly what's going on. Thanks for watching the video.